A very good morning to all the distinguished guests, faculty, invitees, and participants. I'm Dr. P. Praveen Kumar Venkatrao, Faculty Advisor, IE Structi IIIT Hyderabad, Student Chapter, and also an Assistant Professor in the Earthquake Engineering Research Center, IIIT Hyderabad. I extend a warm welcome to all of you to the inaugural function of the one-day workshop on the theme of structural and seismic safety of masonry structures on the occasion of Structural Engineers Day. So this workshop is being organized with a main motive to educate the structural engineers and researchers about the seismic safety of masonry buildings in particular. This is very important because as we know that since early civilization, the masonry has been the most widely used construction technique all over the world. Even today, despite the extensive use of modern construction materials like concrete and steel, masonry still represents a great majority of the building stock in India, approximately 85% in the form of residential, institutional, commercial, and public buildings, including the historical monuments. So if you see the performance of these masonry buildings during past earthquakes in India and around the world is notoriously very poor, and they contributed a major part in the threat to the life safety. And the earthquake protection and the risk reduction of this predominant majority of the population living in such construction is really a big challenge and also a worrying situation. Just 1 week back, we witnessed that in Nepal earthquake, most of the brick and stone masonry buildings were severely damaged and many of them even collapsed. So just getting back to the event, I'm pleased to announce that for today's workshop, we have the privilege of hosting esteemed experts in the domain of masonry structures and structural retrofitting. Name a few: Dr. Arun Menon from IIT Madras, Dr. Vaibhav Singhal from IIT Patna, Dr. Sanket Nayak from IIT ISM Dhanbad, and Dr. R. Shiva Chidambaram from CSIR CBRI division of Roorkee. Their profound expertise will provide the valuable insights that will contribute significantly to our discussions and further enhance the depth of the knowledge shared in this workshop. I hope this event will be full of enriching knowledge and a lot of takeaways for all of us. So moving forward, now I would like to take the opportunity to introduce the chief guest of today's program, Shri Manoj Mittal, past president of IA Structi, Indian Association of Structural Engineers. He is an accomplished civil and structural engineering consultant, having over 35 years of professional experience. He has expertise in structural diagnosis, treatment, and retrofitting of structures. He is a member of professional bodies like Institution of Engineers India, Indian Concrete Institute, and the Consulting Engineers Association of India. He is also contributing to various BIS technical committees. He also served on the board of Power Grid as an independent director. Presently, he is affiliated with the School of Planning and Architecture, New Delhi, as a visiting faculty. Sir, we are delighted to have you on this program and request you to deliver the inaugural address. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Praveen, for inviting me to this event. And I am very happy that you have organized this event on the Structural Engineers Day. And let me begin by welcoming and greeting everyone with a happy Structural Engineers Day. And many of you may not be knowing actually what is this Structural Engineers Day, and some of you may also not be knowing what is IA Structi. So I will also a little bit talk about this. So as you might be knowing that IA Structi, that is Indian Association of Structural Engineers, is a very well-known structural engineering professional body in India. And it has presence all over India, and it has initiated many new events and programs for the betterment of structural engineering profession in India, including the students. So And Mr. Mahendra Raj is very well known, was a very well known structural engineer in India, rather we say legendary structural engineer. And he was the founder, president of IAS Structi. So some time back, I think last year or 2 years back, we decided in our government council, we decided that the birthday of Mr. Mahendra Raj, that is 11th of November, which is today, will be celebrated as Structural Engineers Day all over India. And this is the second one which we are celebrating. And it is very nice that Dr. Praveen Kumar has initiated and organized this event on the Structural Engineers Day at IIIT Hyderabad. So it is the aim of the Structural Engineers Day is to recognize the contribution of structural engineers in the country and how they contribute and what betterment we can do in our profession, and also we try to recognize the excellent work being done by the structural engineers. So this is a day where we should celebrate our profession, the persons who are doing good work, and also we should take dedicate ourselves to work for the society. So this is with this aim, and this I'm very happy that you have chosen a subject which is seismic safety of masonry structures. And very rightly you said that till ancient time we are still using this masonry structures to a very large extent. Even today, even in our small towns and villages, small towns, most of the buildings are still the masonry buildings, whether they are burnt clay bricks or stone masonry, whether it is a random rubble masonry or quartz masonry, or it is a compressed brick masonry or confined masonry or unreinforced masonry or reinforced masonry, whatever it may be. So, but still, it may be the aerated concrete blocks and concrete blocks. So we have so much variety of masonry structures in India, which are being used all over. And we also have some of the standards also which govern the design and the construction and the qualification and the quality of the masonry structures. But yes, we have seen in past that that the performance of the masonry structures, particularly those being built recently, is far from adequate. If you see the monumental structures, old structures, you will see that their performance was much better than which are being constructed today. Because at that time, probably there was no space constraint was there. So they used to have good workmanship, good quality. The thickness, the kind of a wall thickness you need, there was no such limitation on those times. So now, due to the space constraint, to the speedy construction, because of poor workmanship and the quality of the material, we are having a lot of problems in the quality of the masonry structures which are being built these days. So because we want thin walls, we want larger space, we want very different kind of non-structural friendly configurations. So from those point of view, the masonry structures become vulnerable, and for that we need to understand the behavior of the masonry structures and how they should be designed, constructed, how the forces to be considered, what special provisions we have to take care of earthquake forces. So I am very happy that you have chosen this team, and you have invited eminent speakers from IIT Madras, IIT Dhanbad, Dhanbad and other places. So I am very happy that I am sure that today's deliberation will be very interesting, enriching to all the participants, and I wish everyone a very happy structural years once again. Thank you, Praveen, for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for all your support and the motivational address. Next, I want to introduce our guest of honor, Dr. Vishalakshi Talakokula, Vice President, Southern Region IAS Structi. Dr. Vishalakshi is presently working as a professor of Mahindra University, Hyderabad. She was the founding head of the Department of Civil Engineering, Bennett University, Greater Noida. She works extensively in developing sustainable building materials, structural health monitoring, corrosion of reinforced concrete structures, smart materials and systems. She has more than 20 years of experience in academics and 5 years in industry. She has guided many research students and published high quality research in peer reviewed international journals and conferences. She is a technical committee member of various international and national professional bodies such as ICI and RILEM. Ma'am, we are honored to welcome you on this occasion. I now request you to address the gathering.
Thank you, Praveen. Thank you so much. And a great morning on this auspicious day of Diwali. My Diwali wishes to all the participants. So, ladies and gentlemen, the distinguished guests, the guest of honors and the chief guest present over here, my dear colleagues and the fellow members of IAS Truckee, all the participants, a warm welcome to the workshop and happy Structural Engineers Day. I'm very happy to greet you the Structural Engineers Day personally on this day. Thank you. In fact, it is indeed an honor to stand to be before you all as the Vice President of our esteemed organization, Vice President Southern Region, of course, of this esteemed organizations, especially on the occasion of this Structural Engineer Day, where we are celebrating as in the honor of Professor Mahendra Raj. And the theme of this workshop is very apt, which deals with the seismic safety of masonry structures. I'm very happy to be here. And I firstly thank the organizers, Dr. Praveen, in order to organize this session, providing me an opportunity to address this gathering. In fact, the Structural Engineers Day, this is the first of its kind celebrated outside the headquarters, Delhi. So, and I personally thank Dr. Praveen for taking this initiative.
Thank you.
And we want this Structural Engineers Day to be celebrated widely across all over India. And this is our first initiative outside the Delhi. So in the days coming, I think we can see many more centers who would be celebrating this Structural Engineers Day. And I personally thank Dr. Praveen for taking this, being a torchbearer for this event. And coming to the workshop, this seismic safety, as we all know as a structural engineers, how paramount, important and a concern is this subject. And particularly in the regions where there are a lot of seismic activities which are happening. And as Dr. Praveen and Professor Manoj Mittal has already said that masonry structures, it has a unique characteristics and they present both the challenge and opportunities. So in this context, I think it is very important for us to know what are the challenges and what are the opportunities related to this matter. And our organization, which has a commitment to excellence and advancement of our profession, it's imperative for us to address these intricacies associated with ensuring the seismic safety of masonry structures. And this workshop, I think, with a very comprehensive agenda, which has been already circulated, and we all can see the distinguished list of speakers, I think it would promise a valuable platform in order to exchange the ideas, the knowledge, and the best practices happening in and around the world. And I could see the diverse topics related to this workshop, whether it's retrofitting, etc. It also reflects the holistic approach which is required for us in order to tackle the complexities which are associated with the seismic safety of masonry structures. And I think that as a professionals in this field, we carry a dual role. First thing is we not only carry the shared responsibility of deepening our knowledge in this area, but also we carry a responsibility in order to contribute this knowledge, disseminate this knowledge to our fellow people, so that we can save lives and safeguard our built environment. So I think that the insights which would be gained from the workshop will undoubtedly empower us to develop innovative solutions and drive some research initiatives and enhance our collective capability to create structure which can withstand the forces of nature. Okay. So in conclusion, let's approach this day with a spirit to collaborate, with an open-mindedness and a commit to excellence. So I encourage all the participants to actively engage in the discussions, share their experience, learn from the experience from the expert panel members, expert speakers, and maybe they can forge connections with them, which can be useful in order to foster continuous learning and growth. So with this, I once again congratulate all the members and also wish all my fellow members a happy Structural Engineer Day and happy Diwali. Thank you, Praveen. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks for addressing our participants and for enlightening us. Next, it's my privilege to introduce our next guest of honor, Dr. Engineer and Architect S.P. Anchuri. Dr. Anchuri is well known as an artist, architect, and structural engineer. He's a triple graduate and triple postgraduate from institutions in civil engineering, architecture, and architectural engineering, business administration, structural engineering, and concrete construction management, respectively. His research interest includes integrating architecture and structure to achieve the optimized forms for efficient tall buildings. Dr. Anchuri is the chief consultant of Anchuri and Anchuri, which is a 25-year-old consultancy firm having offices in Hyderabad, Guntur, and Visakhapatnam. He has designed more than 1,500 buildings with an integrated architectural and structural design approach. He is an energy conservation building code, which is shortly called as ECBC expert, and the first third-party assessor for ECBC in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. He is involved in more than 50 medium to major non-residential energy efficient projects as an ECBC consultant. He is also a professor at the Association of Designers of India, Hyderabad. Sir, I now invite you to deliver the address to our participants. So over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Sri Manoj Mittalji, Dr. Vishalakshi, Dr. Praveen, and then our speakers and esteemed participants. First of all, namaste. Wish you all happy Structural Engineers Day and also Diwali. In fact, as you introduced me, so I have normally the approach of integrated design. And today we have the workshop or whatever program that is on the subject or the content where we are not involved, non-engineered buildings or the buildings where our role is not there. So that is very important, because being academicians, we are good in chalk and talk. Now it's a virtual talk. In the introductory, you said, it's some kind of spaces or buildings, especially today, what we are talking about, the masonry structures, which are basically buildings or spaces, or which is good for occupants. But when it comes to the life cycle of the entire any structure, that may be life safety of the people, occupants, or the comforts where they live, or overall the life cycle of the building. Because today we are talking about sustainability and other things. But friends, when it comes to the reality, reality is different and reality is different. Today, whether you are in a small space or whether you are in a space we're all using the artificial intelligence, so-called, the basis of, human intelligence, but we are somewhere going away from the nature. So we are going little, in a conditioned space, there are unconditioned space. I think our structure should be conditions and our spaces should be unconditioned. That is the need of the hour. So basically, when we talk about these spaces, if you see the history, because today we are going to see, or the speakers will emphasize on the structures already built or to be built, that maybe in terms of the load bearing. See, for architects, and as I said, architectural planning, execution, operational maintenance, all are involved from the different domains. So being a variety of the occupants, they must have the awareness of the building where they are occupying, whether it's safe or not. I think right from the codal provisions, right from the design practice, construction practice, everything should be studied. In fact, when it comes to the earlier things, if you go to northeastern part, the vernacular architecture plays a vital role. Whether it's a small or big, it makes no difference. But we need to have that mindset, whether that should be constructed as per this or so. So code, yes, codes have come, codes are different, it will be upgraded. But originally, when you start the construction, you must have some kind of a design. Before that, you must have some kind of a planning. So I think the collaboration between the structural engineer, who is one of the key person to make this all happen, because they can come with any geometry. So geometry, which can be understood by basically the structural engineer, and which can be taught at the college in a different way. I think today all our speakers will give the emphasis on right from the planning to the overall life cycle of the building. So basically, friends, we being structural engineers, we take care of load part. We never care for the sun path or other path, but the the real path required is to collaborate. And I appreciate Dr. Praveen, who has initiated this, where EERC is the major part playing in the country to make the buildings disaster resistant and safe. So I wish you all the best, and over to Mr. Praveen. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I want to thank Dr. Anchuri for his presence and thought-provoking address. Now we have reached at the end of an inaugural function. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to all the guests for attending the program. We had the opportunity to hear your thoughts, and your inspirational words will really encourage us to do the activities of such kind in the near future as well, that I promise. And once again, thank you to all the guest invitees. So at 10 o'clock, we will be starting with our first session. Dr. Arun Menon will be our keynote speaker, and he will be talking on modeling and seismic analysis of existing masonry structures, recent research experiences at IIT Madras at 10 o'clock. So we have divided the full day into 4 different sessions. Before lunch, 2 sessions, and post lunch, 2 sessions, followed by vote of thanks. So once again, thank you to all the guest invitees for sparing their precious time and for addressing our participants.
Thank you so much. All the best.
Thank you, Praveen. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Visalakshi.